Enjoy this illustrated explainer video about guide dogs for the blind.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some are furry and walk on 4 legs.
A yellow lab guide dog in harness.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe everyone deserves to live the life they want to live and to move through the world safely and confidently. Which is why we match people who are blind or visually impaired living in the US or Canada with exceptional guide dogs at no cost to them.
A person with a guide dog.
We even help with veterinary bills and ongoing essential support. We create these life-changing partnerships entirely through private donations and with the help of thousands of volunteers. And of course, with our incredible dogs.
A group of people with dogs.
Our dogs are guide dogs at the DNA level. We breed them specifically to do this work.
2 dogs and a DNA helix.
At 3 days old, our dogs start spending time with volunteers called puppy socializers.
A person with a newborn puppy.
Being a puppy socializer isn't just a dream job. It's how we help our puppies get comfortable being around humans.
A volunteer interacts with puppies.
At 8 to 10 weeks, puppies go live with volunteer puppy raisers.
A puppy raiser receives a puppy.
These volunteers dedicate a year of their lives to get these dogs ready for more advanced training.
The dog matures.
When the dogs come back to the school, our world-class staff teach them the complex skills required to become successful guide dogs.
2 GDB instructors train dogs.
After about 12 weeks of training, a dog is matched with their person.
A person hugs a guide dog.
This matching process is part art and part science, and always quite remarkable. Our clients and dogs undergo 2 weeks of personalized training together and begin to form a magical and lasting bond.
A person and guide dog in caps and gowns.
After graduating, clients return home with their guide dogs, empowered to enjoy their lives with greater mobility, independence, and inclusion.
3 scenes of people with their guide dogs at home, work, and play.
None of this would be possible without the generosity of our extended community of volunteers and donors.
A group of people and dogs.
To learn more about supporting our life-changing mission, visit us online.
GDB logo and URLs. GuideDogs.com and GDBinternational.ca.
Enjoy a peek into Guide Dogs for the Blind's Puppy Center, where 2 yellow lab puppies romp in an indoor play area full of colorful structures and a variety of toys.
Meet Kylie. She happens to be blind. That may seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how awkward people can be around her.
Kylie waits at a bus stop with her guide dog. A woman looks at her quizzically. Question marks appear over the woman's head.
So here are some tips to keep us all moving through the world safely and confidently. Always speak directly to a person with a visual impairment, not their guide dog. Remember, that dog has a job to do.
Good morning.
Hello.
Would you like directions to an open seat?
Sure.
There's 2 rows back on your left.
Thanks.
Kylie gets on the bus with her guide dog and sits across from a woman and child.
Oh, Mom, don't pet that dog. It's working.
Now at the office.
At our office, Kylie's colleagues make sure to introduce themselves when they enter the room and to let her know when they leave.
Sarah stands in the doorway of Kylie's office.
Hi, Kylie. It's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you see the latest episode of Bachelorette on Mars?
I can't believe Abe got put in the spaceship. I thought for sure it would be Lenny.
Thought bubble with a bachelor on a spaceship.
Same.
Are we still on for a shopping trip over lunch?
Yep. I'll see you then. Bye.
Speak directly to people with visual impairments rather than speaking to their friend, their guide dog, or anyone else. And be specific when providing directions.
A boutique storefront. Sales associate with Sarah and Kylie.
Hello, how can I help you?
Actually, it's my friend Kylie who needs help.
And what is she looking for?
She is looking for jeans.
Oh, they're over there. I mean, just ahead of you a few steps. Boyfriend jeans are on the left, and mom jeans are on the right.
A restaurant.
Kylie's looking forward to a date with her boyfriend, James.
Kylie, James, and guide dog wait to be seated.
Sorry, no animals allowed in the restaurant.
Actually, guide dogs are allowed anywhere the general public is allowed.
Oh, right this way then.
Kylie and James sit at a table with the dog chilling on the floor like a good doggo.
Hey, Kylie, do you want me to read the menu to you?
Sure. Thank you.
James and Kylie with their food.
This smells amazing.
Should I describe where things are?
Yes, please.
There's spicy chicken curry and rice at the top of your plate, and braised greens at the bottom. Your wine is above the plate to the right.
Mmm, so good.
Kylie gives a romantic smile to James. Spinach in her teeth.
Honey, you have spinach in your teeth.
Thanks so much for letting me know.
Let's let Kylie and James enjoy their dinner. For more information and helpful tips, visit guidedogs.com.
Good afternoon. Oh, that's loud. Hi, everyone. We're going to get started here in just a minute. All right. Everybody's got their makeup done well and their clothes all good and ready for our live streaming. Well, let's get the show on the road here. Good afternoon. I'm Lori Brown. I was one of the instructors for class OR512. We are live streaming from the wonderful town of Boring, Oregon, here at the Guide Dogs for the Blind campus. And whether you're here in person, which is so nice to see everyone here, or hanging out at home with your popcorn, welcome to the graduating class of OR512. It was my honor to be here working with these clients and being part of the staff. I'm semi-retired, as was my teammate, Sue Strong, who won't be here today, and with our supervisor, Candace. We have more than 100 years of experience, so it was kind of it was an interesting class. As you could see, Guide Dogs for the Blind is not just a job, it's also a passion, and that's what makes it so wonderful to work here. We're here to celebrate the graduating class of 512. We have also 2 new orientation and mobility immersion clients. And we also had an in-home, which Candace will be chatting about in just a minute. We couldn't do this, of course, without the generosity of all the folks that contribute both as volunteers and the money that is given to Guide Dogs for the Blind. Our donors keep us going. We don't have any government funding, which is great in our world today. So we are very grateful to everyone that's able to donate both their time and their money to our organization. With special thanks, we have for this year, 2025, we have a donor that is sponsoring a harness for each class, and that is Lillian Tamaroli. So thank you to Lillian if she's watching today. In addition to our donors, we couldn't do this job without community, and part of that community is our puppy raisers. These folks take the dogs for their first year of life, and they housebreak them, they socialize them, and they just make them good citizens to be out there in the world with. It is an essential part of these dogs' learning process and makes them so that they could go out in the world and be kind of invisible in a way. You want a dog that isn't overly active, a dog that behaves itself and that's easy to live with, because most of the time that's what they are, right? They're just wonderful pets. And then they come in for training, and that's when they become guide dogs. So, and they learn all about guiding and all the kind of the rails and rules for walking down a street with a client. So thank you to the puppy raisers. We could not do this without you. Like I alluded to earlier, the staff here at Guide Dogs for the Blind is a special group of people, and we've got some in the audience here. They're like family. You know, you do a job 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, and, you know, it's your second family. And the people that do this job, I could tell you from experience, having started off cleaning out the kennels in the beginning all the way up to becoming a supervisor, that they're the most dedicated group of individuals that I've ever met. And that's what brings me back year after year, as well as working with the clients and the dogs. And that combination makes it a really unique job. They work hard. The employees here at Guide Dogs work really hard. They give of their body, their soul, and their spirit. I mean, it's a really amazing group of people to be around. And you can feel that energy throughout the organization, whether it's the nursing staff that's helping take care of the clients, the facilities that keeps this place together and working, our wonderful staff in the residence hall that feeds us. As the clients could attribute to, they probably have to let out their belt a notch after the end of class. Yeah, all parts, our administration staff that puts together these programs and keeps us going, answering the phones, and does all, we wear many, many hats here. The RAs who spend the nights in the dorm and do a lot of extra grooming and answering questions, and they're so vital to this organization. My hat's off to all of you. Thank you so much. We also have other volunteers aside from the puppy raisers. And if you're interested, come chat with us later or give us a call. We have volunteers that do everything. They transport the clients to and from the airport. They help serve the meals in the dorm. They help clean the kennels. They take the dogs for walks. They give them baths. They're just a really vital part of our, that we could run this organization with volunteers, and it's a win-win situation. You get out, you get to see dogs, you get to see clients, you get to help with such a valuable organization, and you know, it's good for the soul to volunteer for something like Guide Dogs, and just my appreciation for those folks as well. They've really added, not only added, but I don't know that we could do it without them as well. Again, it takes a community, and those folks that volunteer here, my appreciation to you as well. Thank you so much. Well, we're going to kick off the graduation with a short video. It's called We Are GDB. The video is also audio described, so in addition to the narrator, you're going to hear a second voice describing scenes, and there's also closed caption for folks that are hearing impaired. We want to ensure that everyone can access and enjoy the video, so enjoy, sit back, and relax for the next few minutes.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy.
He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
The struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
All right, now we'll get the show on the road and we'll introduce our graduating clients. Here's Candace to have that honor.
Thank you, Lori. And thank you guys for joining us on such a lovely day. It's gorgeous out there. I'd like to talk a little bit about our OMI program. Today we're recognizing graduates from the recent Orientation and Mobility Instruction Program. This is a 1 to 2 week program aimed at enhancing independent travel skills for individuals, including those interested in qualifying for a guide dog or those who already have a GDB guide dog. It serves as a crucial training opportunity for people with limited access to traditional O&M services, preparing them for partnership, partnership effectively and with a guide dog. The instructors for this program were Stephen Udy and Regina Crescis with the Lighthouse Earl Baum campus in Santa Rosa, California. Lori is going to read a little description of each one of the clients, and then I'll talk about the picture. The first one is Jennifer Austin.
Jennifer wrote a little bio about herself that I'll read to you. Jennifer loves adventure, challenge, and learning. At one time, she was a dancer and later a rock climber. More than I could do. Since then, she has described her world as becoming gradually smaller and smaller with the progression of her visual condition. She's grateful for Guide Dogs for the Blind's immersive O&M training program in partnership with the Lighthouse Earl Baum Center for expanding her reach and her independence. She's grateful for the philanthropy and generosity of those who funded the program and for those who sustain it. She feels appreciative and grateful to her instructor, Regina.
And on the screen behind me is a picture of Jennifer. She's smiling while standing outdoors near a grassy field beneath a clear blue sky. She is wearing a wide-brimmed hat, sunglasses, a maroon top, black pants. Her right hand is holding her long white cane, and she is resting against a tall pole with the words, "May peace prevail on earth," written vertically. Our next person from the program is Linda.
And Linda describes herself as a proud mother of 4 and loving grandmother who's focused on staying independent. With her kids grown and out of the house, she's ready to take the next step in her journey by working towards getting a guide dog. She's excited about the freedom it will bring and is determined to keep moving forward with confidence.
Linda also has a picture behind me, and the description of the picture is Linda stands on a paved path wearing sunglasses, a dark vest over long-sleeve shirt, and dark pants. She is holding her long white cane in front of her, and behind her is green grass, a large oak tree, and bare branches and a clear blue sky. A little bit like today. So how about a round of applause for the people who've completed our OMI program? Next, I'd like to talk about our guide dog class. Now, we are celebrating 5 teams today, one of which was unable to come into campus, so he received his training in his home area. And that is Ness Burby from British Columbia. He received in-home training with Ray, a male black Labrador retriever raised by Lynn and Dan Hobbs from Medford, Oregon. And Lori is going to be reading a letter from Ness.
All right, so Ness says, a guide dog is a partner in heart and a companion in freedom. My guide dogs have always made the wilderness appear tame. Ray, a black 19-month-old lab, is my 3rd guide dog. From the first I felt connected, and this is not a given. It's been a long time since I walked my true pace, and all that I connect with that. Ray is growing my world, my kids' world. Thank you to each and every person who supported Ray to become the amazing dog he is. Today, I am filled with gratitude, freedom, aspirations, and I love that he could corner like he's on rails.
So we also have two pictures of Ness and Ray on the stage. The first one, the photo on the left, Ness is sitting on a bench in a sunny wooded area with black lab Ray. Seated by his feet, Ness wearing brown pants, a blue hoodie, and glasses is smiling at the camera. Ray, wearing his leather GDB harness, is looking solemnly at the camera. The right picture is Ray is sitting on a pile of brown leaves at the foot of a mossy covered tree. There are green firs and the ground near him and on the tree above his head. He's wearing his harness, sitting tall with a noble look on his face. All right, how about a round of applause for Ness? All right, next, we'd like to bring some people on stage. So the first person, and dog, this is Pebble. And Pebble is a female yellow Labrador retriever raised by Julie Brown of Flower Mound, Texas. I'm going to read a letter from the client. Our next guide, I'm going to read this from what she's writing here. Our next guide team handler would prefer to remain anonymous. They ask us to share their story with you. Here's the story. The mission of Guide Dogs for the Blind is a harness of power and partnership, connecting people, dogs, and communities to transform their lives of individuals with visual impairment. My vision changed abruptly 15 years ago, and shortly thereafter, I got my first guide dog. For the next 12 years, my guide dog and I had the most adventurous life together, hiking and backpacking. She was my soulmate. I never felt alone until she was gone. Thus began a 2.5-year journey of waiting for my new soulmate, Pebble. At times, it was a grueling wait. I felt the best part of me was missing, but the wait helped me become a better person. I learned that ultimately Jesus is enough. I also got a close look at GDB's mission. I was so impressed with the passion that everybody involved with GDB excludes. I met some amazing people along the way. Sorry, too many pieces of paper in my hand. Toby Contreras, who did my home evaluation, encouraged me to learn how to work a guide dog on a more technical trail. Erin Jones from Planning Giving Division connected me with different parts of the organization. She taught me how to include GDB in my real estate plan. She connected me with sponsoring a guide dog puppy. I got to name Worthy and followed her progress. The puppy raiser provided pictures and updates, which brought me the hope that one day I will have my own soulmate. Summer McCormick helped me connect with our local puppy raising. Lisa McCoy, the puppy raising leader, taught me how to be a puppy club sitter. Spending time with the puppy clubs and their raisers helped me learn how to be a guide dog handler. I saw firsthand the passion and commitment of puppy raisers that have with the GD mission. I can only agree with that. It is a sacrificial gift of love, training, and when to let go of the puppy. Thank you, Anne and Randy King, puppy raiser, for providing transportation for me home after this graduation. Don't you love it when you can't get a grasp on the paper? Can you hold this for a second? I absolutely can. I am so grateful for Sue Strong for providing the training with my new guide and Haley for training Pebble, and to the Brown family for raising Pebble. She is so playful and loving and devoted to her work. Thank you, Megan Dameron from Admissions for coordinating my application, and Ryan Garrett from Admissions, and Nurse Debbie for arranging my training dates to be delayed while I recover from pneumonia. Pebble and I are going to have the best life together. My friends and neighbors and community also love and support my sweet little dog, just as they did my last guide. Thank you, everyone, for being so committed to the mission of transforming the lives of people with vision impairment. We'll see you on the trails.
I want to first thank everybody here at GDB. This is an amazing organization. I just can't thank the people enough. When we drop off these puppies, we don't have to worry about them. We know they're being taken care of, and everybody just goes above and beyond. I also want to thank my family who at first kind of said, "What are you going to do?" And I said, "Yeah, we're going to do this." And they've been wonderful, and they've helped out with anything that I've needed. And then, of course, my puppy club at South Lake, Texas. We're a village, and we help everybody get through our puppy raising. As a raiser, we all think each of our puppies are special, but every now and then one comes along that's a little bit extra, and that's Pebble. She was the easiest puppy in the world to raise. She immediately became, my constant companion, ready for any adventure. She is a charmer. She was the perfect GBD spokesperson. People were just drawn to her. And of course, she loved every pat and every, sweet talk that she got. And when you look at her, she's got that sweet little face and these little ears. And once you get her going, the whole body moves. It's just a whole big production. I work a couple days a week in a grocery store, but we were there all the time. So she became, I'm going to say it, she was royalty there. It got to the point where when I would show up for work, instead of saying good morning to me, they'd say, "Is Pebble with you?" No, it's just me. I was honored with Employee of the Month once, and they take your picture and put it up, and I hate pictures. I said, "Just take it and get it over with," and they were like, "Can you go get Pebble and bring her and have her in the picture?" I'm like, "Really?" She could charm people like that. Everybody just loved her. I had to laugh when, we get our monthly pup dates. And those pup dates came, and they started calling her Perfect Pebble. And I was like, that's what I've always called her. She's always been Perfect Pebble. And I just cannot be more pleased. I just know that they are going to have the greatest adventures. I know that she's going to soon charm everybody in your community. She will, be Employee of the Month somewhere. And I just think that it's hard to give them up, but I know that my Perfect Pebble has found her perfect partner. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next team is Oscar Marquez. He's from California, and he's receiving Donovan, a male yellow Labrador Retriever, raised by Jenny and Kevin Kerfman of San Antonio, Texas, and Joan Elliott of New Year, Arizona. Oscar is looking forward to playing in the park with his new dog and enjoying downtime at his favorite coffee shop. Here you go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Oscar Marquez. I'm so happy to be here. I let you know a little bit about my background. So I grew up in a small town without no hope. Sorry. that someday my life will be better, and finally use a guide dog. So thanks God I found this a school guide dog for the blind. I'm so happy, but I had a lot of bullying, when I was little, and it was very hard times. But now my guide dog helps me out to forgive everything and live with just the moment. So again, so thanks God I'm in this place, and didn't expect to have better training to get around. I'm visually impaired since I was a child, and but now I feel happy, and thank you for all the work that GDB do for us as a visually impaired people, and I'm so happy. And again, blessings to everybody, and thank you for all.
Hi, I'm Joan Elliott from Goodyear, Arizona, and I've been, I lost the word, associated with guide dogs since 1984. My son started as a 4-H project, and over the years it's just continued with myself, and I just don't know what I would do if I didn't have the opportunity to raise these amazing dogs. Everybody asks us, how can we give them back? It is extremely hard. It is just gut-wrenching at sometimes. It rips your heart out because you've given your heart to the dog that you're turning in, as I did Donovan. But I know that Donovan is going to be Oscar's new support and his independence. It's going to let him have a better life for himself and his family. And I'm just so involved with this that I actually have another little girl at home right now that is with a puppy sitter, because you just get one and you get another one and you get another one, and it becomes a part of your soul to raise these amazing dogs. And I thank Guide Dogs for giving me the opportunity to do this year after year and dog after dog. And I bless Donovan and Oscar for a wonderful life, and I just hope they have many, many good experiences along the way, and they enjoy each other's company. And I hope his family likes Donovan too. But so anyway, thank you very much.
Hi, folks. Donovan had one other raiser, and I just wanted to say my personal thanks to the raisers and, of course, Oscar, who I had the pleasure of working with. But this letter is from Kevin and Jennifer, who helped raise Donovan. Kevin and I are overjoyed to introduce Donovan, the puppy we lovingly raised for Guide Dogs for the Blind. From a tiny bundle of energy, Donovan blossomed into a remarkable guide dog full of love, loyalty, and an eagerness to serve. We fondly recall his playful antics and boundless curiosity, which always brought a smile to everyone who crossed his path. Donovan's journey from an adorable pup to a capable guide dog has been filled with training, growth, and countless memories of joy. As he joins your life, we hope you find in Donovan the same companionship and dedication we were blessed to have experienced. His unwavering spirit and gentle nature make him the perfect partner for the adventures that lie ahead. We are confident that Donovan will bring you not only safety and guidance, but also a heart full of love and a spark of fun in every step you take together. Welcome to the world of wonderful possibilities with Donovan by your side. Warmest regards, Kevin and Jennifer Kaufman.
The next team to come up is James Michael Pemrow. James Michael goes by Michael, and Michael is looking forward to introducing his new guide to his family and friends, especially his wife and son. James is from California, and he's receiving Zeta, a female yellow Labrador Retriever, raised by Emily Gagden of Yelm, Washington, Elaine Kwame, I'm sorry, I totally messed that up, of Spanaway, Washington, and Sarah Butts of Graham, Washington. Here you go, Mike.
Hello, everybody. I'd like to, first of all, I want to give thanks to God, because these creatures, these animals are very smart. I also want to thank the puppy raisers that raised them from puppyhood, and the trainers. I also want to give special thanks to my wife for her support, and my son, who's waiting to meet my dog. And I also want to give very special thanks to my trainer, Laura. She did a really good job. I'm ADHD, hard of hearing, and blind, and sometimes I talk a little too much. The school's probably going to be silent after I leave. Anyway, thanks everybody for your support and all the people that support me. Thank you.
I'm Elaine, and this is Kimberly, and she and I are co-raisers. We started Zeta for the first few months, and she just was so full of energy, confident, good energy, and and she just loves to be with her person, and just was very flexible to move between our two households and be around kids. And once we had given Zeta a good start, another gal in our club, Sarah, took over, and what a fantastic job she did.
Thank you. I got Zeta as the second part of her puppyhood, and we call it a transfer puppy. She was my second puppy after a 12-year sabbatical. I did my first puppy in high school, and now Zeta was my first puppy as a mom, and a working mom at that, so she had a very busy life. I'm super thankful for my career for allowing me to bring a puppy with me every day and tease everyone. She was a light of a lot of people's lives, and I hope that she brings Mike and his family as much joy as she brought everybody around us. So thank you, and best of wishes to both Zeta and Mike.
All right, our last person is Douglas Reber of Prescott, Arizona. He was receiving Fairlane, a male black Labrador Golden Retriever cross, raised by Melissa Barnum of Duvall, Washington. Doug is looking forward to introducing his new guide to his old guide and exploring the national parks with his guide at his side. My understanding is that it's his wife's goal to see all of the parks. Here you go, Doug.
I'm Doug, and this is Fairlane, my new guide dog. So, just full disclosure, I'm not a public speaker. So if I hit the deck up here, just don't worry. I just passed out. So, but we're looking forward to getting back out on the trails. My guide dog now kind of slowed down, so. Just want to thank the puppy raisers and Melissa for giving me this opportunity. Am I talking too quiet?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So anyway, thank you, everybody.
Hi, my name's Melissa Barnum. I had the honor and the pleasure of being Fairlane's puppy raiser. Our time together started when I picked him up at Air Cargo at SEA Airport in October of 2023. As you can see, he's a very handsome dog. He was a beautiful young puppy. Every day I told him, "You are so pretty, you should be a girl." Look at him. When we were out and about, Fairlane would receive so many compliments. I would always get questions like, "Is that a black retriever? What kind of dog is that?" And I'd say, "Well, yeah, kind of." He's a cross. We went on many adventures together. We went on road trips to Arizona, California, and with other guide dog leaders and their puppies. He loves little kids. He spent time with my great nieces and nephews, watching swim lessons, soccer games, basketball games. Fairlane was also great at settling, kind of like this. He spent many hours snoozing under the table while I played my weekly mahjong games. Fairlane even went on a couple of camping trips. He rode on all kinds of transportation, cars, buses, light rail, ferries, and boats. Nothing seemed to faze him. Fairlane always loved playing with other guide dog puppies, playing tug, and running with his jolly ball. He also loved his toys. He could never have enough toys out on the living room floor. He would go to the toy basket, pull one out, come into the living room, chew on it for a few minutes, drop it, go back to the basket, and repeat until he had about 20 toys on the living room floor. He has a goofy side to him, his goofy golden side, and he can make you laugh. I can't count the number of photos that I've taken of him where he's upside down with his feet up in the air. Sometimes he's sleeping when he's like that. Sometimes he's chewing toys. He also loves watching TV, especially if there's animals on the screen. Fairlane also has a very serious working side to him. It was so much fun teaching him the things he needed to know. He was an eager learner and loved his food reward. My time with Fairlane went by way too quickly. He was with me exactly 1 year. He hopped on the puppy truck this last October and rode down here to campus for his training. I know it sounds like a cliche, but raising these guide dog puppies takes a whole village. In my case, I had the support of my family, friends, other guide dog puppy raising leaders, my puppy raising club from Redmond, Washington, and our PFM, Tana Crispin. Then after Fairlane returned here to campus for his college, he had some wonderful trainers and CWTs to instruct him, nurture him to become the guide dog that he is now. Without all those people helping and supporting me and Fairlane, he would not be the amazing and beautiful guide dog you see here today. I know that Fairlane and Doug will have so many exciting adventures. I wish Doug well, and on Doug, I'm handing over the keys to Fairlane to you. Here they are. Fairlane will see that you travel very safely. Good wishes.
Thank you. All right, I'd like to take a moment to thank everybody, the guide dog teams, the puppy raisers. It has been a wonderful couple of weeks. I really appreciate everything, and I just want to give a round of applause for all of you guys. Thank you. We're going to do a guide dog demonstration, and what we're focusing on is clicker training. So the class is going to be very aware of this. Matter of fact, they attended a training session on basically this about a week ago. And I didn't tell Lori this, but I did tell the class if they want to heckle her, they have my permission. So Lori is going to demonstrate how we use the clicker, which is an audible cue. It's just a little box that you click, and that bridges the moment that the dog does something correctly to when the food gets there, because it's impossible as they're doing, say, a movement to a down, to put that food in their face. And it really makes sense to the dog. It really helps the dog understand what is expected to them. And Lori's going to do some obedience initially, and you'll notice as she's doing this obedience, she's going to click at moments when the dog has completed the exercise correctly. Now, this dog's been trained, so she's marking a behavior that's been completed. However, when we start working on it in training, we might mark the moment they start actually doing part of the behavior so that we can cue them that what we're asking them to do is correct. And then we build on that. And we use this technique for teaching a curb, teaching a dog to stop so that the person doesn't hit, say, a tree limb that's over the dog's height, how to do obedience, and also how to find a bench, which is what our exercise is going to be. So Lori's going to come on stage, and she's going to do some basic obedience, and the dog she has is a yellow lab named Keiko. Keiko, you will see, loves to work. That's one thing that's so beautiful about the clicker is it's very positive, it's very reinforcing. So the dog hears that box click, and they go, oh, how can I make that happen again? Because if I make it happen again, then I get more food. And we work with labs and Goldens and crosses, and they love their food. So as you can see, the dog's bouncing up. You might even see occasionally it'll offer a behavior, and that's part of the training. What if I do this? Will it click? What if I do that? Will it click? Whatever the case is, will it click? So it's just a wonderful technique for teaching a dog an animal. So a lot of our clients have to find benches, say, at bus stops, or maybe their chair at work, and there's lots of chairs at work, and we want them to find a very specific one. We teach the dogs to find the chair for the person, or in this case, a bench. First thing Lori did is she used a hand target, and the dogs know that if they touch the hand, they'll get a click. And then she very quickly morphed that into touching her hand on the bench. And since these dogs have had exposures with this enough, they immediately realize, oh, she wants me to find the bench. So Lori is kind of starting to wait out to see if Keiko is showing initiative, and she is. That second ago, she waited a second, and Keiko went to the bench. That tells her it's time to put the harness on, and let's see if she can do it in a guiding format. So as she puts the harness on, Keiko's like, okay, work mode. I'm supposed to start guiding. Now that's 10 times harder than just walking up to a bench. So she kind of takes a step back, and she brings out the hand again. And she's going to take a little farther step back, and she's kind of seeing, is she going to, yep, there she goes. She goes, oh, I'm supposed to do this. And when the dogs start realizing the communication level is so much more than it used to be, that the dogs really love it. They get into it. Is this right? Is this right? Is this right? And we'll see how much distance we can get. If Lori can keep up with her. So she's going to take her almost all the way back to the stairs. Actually, she's going to work her to the stairs. And you'll note that Keiko stops at the top of the stairs. That is telling the person, okay, there's a change in elevation. I need to see what's going on. Now she's going to bring her back. You think she'll do it? All right, nice job, folks. All right, so this concludes our graduation. And if you are interested in being part of our guide dog group, feel free to ask any of the staff about it. Also, if you're interested in donating, we'll have a QR code, not only on the program up here, but also you can text 50155. That's our partnership, and you can get some information about it. Thank you. So that concludes our live streaming portion of it. Afterwards, you are welcome to go into the other room. The gift shop will be open till 3. There's going to be some water, lemonade, cookies over there. And if you would like to do a tour, at the back of the room, we've got somebody with a big GDB banner, and she'll be over there. So feel free just to go straight back to her, and she'll give you a tour of the campus. Thank you, everybody.